people, how are we doing? I hope everyone is still doing great. Oh, hold up. There we go. Hope everybody is doing great. Welcome to another episode of Tell Me More with me, Tony Moore. Sorry, my legs are long, and it's a one-man band around here. Hope you guys are staying safe, washing your hands, not eating all your quarantine snacks. But I'm excited to chat with my good friend, Ben Allen. We have known each other for many years, and he is the creator of Groove 3, which I absolutely love. I should be taking more classes. I'm sorry, Ben, I will. But it's a great way to get up, get moving, dancing, sweating, and living your entire life. So we're going to talk about it, because while we're here in quarantine, y'all need to get up and get those bodies moving, so that way you're not just sitting around. So let's bring on the creator of Groove 3, Allen. Hold on. Here we go. Internet is working good. Got this light on because she's of a dark skin complexion. And bam! Hey!
Hey!
How you doing?
Tony. I'm living my best life right now.
Listen, aren't we all? Let me tell you, people are losing their minds at this moment. But I am like, this is the staycation I've been asking for. I'm doing this. I'm getting stuff done around the house. I'm like cleaning up my closet, DVR clean. Like, we're good over here.
Yeah, I think last week was just such an onslaught. It felt like everything was just like do, like shutting us in. And this week for me, I don't know about anybody else, but this week for me finally feels like, okay, I'm gonna have a schedule and I'm gonna start tackling some of those things, like you said, that I've been wanting to do. And maybe this isn't so bad. Maybe this is actually kind of like a much needed break. So I'm gonna go with that.
Exactly. Like, I was telling someone, I felt a little panicked when I went to Target and I saw everybody like buying stuff. And I was like, okay, I'm aware of what's going on, but like,
Panic buying.
This got real, like real quick.
Yeah, that's the panic and the fear is what makes it feel, I would say maybe more serious than it is, but I mean, we're in a very serious situation.
Yes.
That panic and fear is not going to do anybody any good.
No, it's like, everybody just listen, just stay home, stop like trying to do the most, and just stay home, and like, this will clear up, and then we'll slowly get back to normal.
Slowly. Yes, we will.
At least that's the plan. But in the meantime, while y'all are in y'all house, let's talk about Groove 3, because I feel like I have obviously known of Groove 3 since the dawn of Groove 3. And like, I've taken a few classes, not as many as I should, but I've taken a few.
You have.
And it really is a great way to like work out, get your body moving, dancing, to where you don't feel, because if you go to someplace like Millennium and like try to do a 5, 6, 7, 8, you feel like, okay, this is a little too advanced for me, but where can I like really just get my groove and like have a good time with other people that like to have a good time too? And that's where Groove 3 comes in.
Yes.
So how did it start? Like, where did the idea spark for you to start this?
I love it. Well, I mean, thank you for having me on your show today, because I want to tell you more. But this is so awesome. Like, we've probably talked about doing stuff like this for so long, and we've known each other for so long. I'm going to shout out to Ben Ayers, who's watching and giving you a hard time. We got Shantae.
Yes, hey, Ben.
The Double Time Twins are here. Oh my God, I love it.
Leslie.
Oh, goodness. Sup. So, I mean, those that know us, I mean, we were dancing professionally over 10 years ago, right? And that industry is just everything that people know it to be, right? It has its ups and downs. It's got the competition factor. And I loved my career when I was doing it. I unfortunately just fell out of love with dancing, like, period. I was not enjoying going to auditions. I was not enjoying classes. And I really had to take a step back and was like, why am I not finding that fulfillment, that joy that I had when I started? And so I took Go ahead.
Did the industry weigh on you? Because I feel like I have moments like that too, where like you are so gung ho about it, but then there are things about the industry that you weren't fully aware of at first that make you go, I don't know if this is for me anymore.
I mean, yes, like there's all of that, and everybody's journey is different, and their feeling towards the industry is different. What it ultimately was for me was that I was doing it. It became about the money. It became about like I was booking jobs, but I was booking just enough to survive, but not enough to thrive. And that's where it shifted, where I was like, I'm not loving this anymore because I'm just thinking about what's going to happen if I don't book another job. How is this going to work? I had let go of like my serving job and all of that, which was awesome. But yeah, I realized it became about the money, and then it wasn't about the passion. So I had to take a big step back and ultimately dig deep, right, into figuring out what I really loved. And I had been teaching to make extra money on the side. And I was super in love with all of my students and the idea that I can stand up in front of a room and move a group of people and inspire them. And that afterwards, we all feel real good. And that's like untouchable, right? That feeling, that feeling of fulfillment and that joy that comes from a room full of sweaty people, that's where it all launched for me. And I kind of rented space and found this little moment in time, one day a week, where I was like texting all my friends and telling everybody like, you guys got to come down. I'm doing something new. Come give it a try. And within that first year, and here, I'll say this to anybody that's watching, if you have an idea or a thought or something, and you know this, Tony, with doing a lot of your stuff, it takes time to build.
It does.
Don't try it for 3 weeks and be like, well, I guess I'm not very good at it. It's not successful.
Yeah.
You got to give it like 6 months to a year of staying committed and shifting and growing, but you have to give it a little
figuring things out.
Yeah, and so my commitment to myself was a year. And I said, I'm not going to take any other really big jobs that are going to take me like out of the city or out of the country. I'm going to stay focused and stay committed to this one thing and see what happens.
Yeah.
So cut to Groove 3 now. I have instructors all over the world who are teaching this format, and the community that's grown out of it and the people who have been touched and inspired by it kind of blows my mind. And especially in times like these where we need dance more than ever to get up and move our body and have a good time and sweat. I'm like, game on, let's go. Like let's keep putting it out there. These live streams are great. There's a bunch of other things that we're trying out to see if it works, but I'm all about keeping the world moving during these hard times.
And I will say, like, Group 3 has a great, I don't even want to say community. I feel like it's more of a family because when you do take these classes, everyone is there to have a great time. Everyone is there to encourage one another. And it really feels like one big dance party that you weren't aware was going to be a full-out like dance party. And, you create these bonds of friendships with people that you never would have expected. And it's because of the love of dance that, you're all kind of coming together. So, like, you totally feel that with any Groove 3 class, because I think when people hear the word dance, they feel intimidated. But, like, with you all, it's so encouraging and it's so fun. And it's easy too. Like, you can just find your groove and how you move that you are bound to have a really good time. And like, it's fun. I appreciate that. You created something that's good.
I think once I realized a format to teach choreography to people that worked for people who have never danced before, and also worked for people who have danced their entire lives, but don't necessarily want to do it professionally. When I figured out a way to sort of marry the two where it still felt like you're in a dance class, you're learning choreography, you're going to have this routine at the end that you can totally slay, but also you're getting a sweat. It feels like a community, like a family. And so I over the years, like just kept building all that stuff in, and yeah, like what it's turned out to be. I mean, some nights are just the energy could light the whole world on fire. And these are all
Yeah.
technically strangers who don't really know each other, but for that 1 hour, we're all in the room just getting it.
And sweating. People
Sweating.
like piles of sweat, like swimming pool of sweat once it's done. But no one's like people are. I feel like it's so much adrenaline, especially when you get to the end, where you get to like really slay the routine,
Yes.
and people are living their entire life. You cannot tell anybody in there that they are not a Beyonce. Like there are no Kellys or Michelles in there. They are all Beyonces.
Yeah, and that's like the best reference because she's somebody who has her alter ego, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
you watch her interviews and she's so sweet and calm and kind, and when you see her on
Yeah.
stage, she's Sasha Fierce. And so
Yeah.
we use this term in our community. You probably remember this, dance the shit out of it, and
Yeah.
that's specifically taken from Center Stage, right?
Yeah.
Where the ballerinas who are technically trained, are told they have to be one way. They sneak off to this jazz class, and the teacher's like, I don't care how you do it, just dance that shit out of it. And we really
Mm-hmm.
adopted that into our culture because, yeah, I don't care how you're doing it. You don't need to do it like me. You don't need to do it like the person next to you. You need to do it so that you feel like you're living your best life. And where that
Yeah.
hits for so many people is pretty epic.
Yeah. What we've talked about, the community aspect of it, the family aspect of it, dancing and everything. What are some of the other benefits that people gain from being a part of Group 3?
I mean, there's so much research coming out right now talking about like the mind-body connection, all the
Mm-hmm.
science that dancing actually helps prolong certain diseases like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. You're firing neurotransmitters because you're being forced to retain a sequence of moves. So there's this
Yeah.
whole mind-body connection that's happening. I love that it builds confidence in people.
Mm-hmm.
I've had so many people come into my classroom who have experienced breakups, who have experienced traumas, loss, and they just need something to lift them back up again. And so
Mm-hmm.
finding something that is accessible and attainable and they can get better and better at it, it builds
Yeah.
this self-confidence and awareness. So those are probably the two biggest things for me, the
Yeah.
benefits that go outside of just the classroom.
Yeah. And I think it's just important that that people just get up and do something, especially now, and not be fearful of like moving in their body and stuff like that. Like, like I said earlier, people fear dance. They love it, but they fear it. And this
Mhm.
is, just even, and then some people like me, because I feel like I've gotten to an age now where I'm like, listen, these bones are not like how they used to be.
Listen.
Um, this back bend, not that I ever had one, is not how it used to be. But like then you see, older people and they're like getting it in, and you're like, okay, there's no excuse why I shouldn't be doing this. Like if you have it in your heart to do it, do it.
It's so true. It's like we make excuses for anything that we need to make ourselves feel comfortable and safe, right?
Yeah.
So if dance is one of those things that we've always wanted to do, we're gonna make all the excuses. Well, no, I don't feel like today is not the day, whatever. And all I can say right now is like, you have nothing to hide behind anymore. There are so many
Yeah.
online platforms that are offering classes.
Hmm.
Even I've even signed up for a couple of them and started taking classes in the living room. So
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go back to training as a dancer again because why not?
Yeah. What was the moment for you? Because, starting something like this does take a lot of work. It does take, determination and,
Yeah.
sticking with it. You said you gave yourself a year. What do you remember the moment where you realized, oh, it's happening and it's starting to grow and build outside of the people that you were texting saying, hey, come do this. Like, do you remember that moment for you?
Well, I mean, not a specific moment. I will say,
Yeah.
Your tribe, your immediate circle of friends, it goes to that whole point where you want to surround yourself with people who lift you up, right? People who support you, not anybody that's going to do anything different. And I had a group of friends that supported me through this whole thing, and we became this little unit that we're all, you know, genuinely working on it because we had a love for dance and we had a love for like what this was doing for our community. And so everybody kind of had their little, you know, their skill. Oh, I can help with some of the marketing. I can help with some of the social media. But I think the first moment was when we decided to expand from 1 class to 2 classes, because that first class had sold out. That was a big moment. Another moment was when we decided to turn it into a corporation, right? Where we need to like file all the legal paperwork that we're like, okay, we're actually doing this. And more recently, this was probably about a year ago, I've had my hands on this the whole time, where I've gone out and done master classes, and anybody who's become a certified instructor, I've known because they've taken my class, expressed interest, and we hit that point where I have master trainers who now are training people, and so people are getting certified and teaching this that I've never met before. So for me to have that moment of like, this is so much bigger than me now, was pretty awesome.
And how does one become a trainer? Like, let's say I am in Little Columbia, South Carolina, because that's where I'm from. And I have been doing this in my living room. I love it, and I want to bring this to my city. How does one become a trainer so that they can take it to whichever city that they're in?
Yeah, so we have a whole certification program set up, and if you go to our website, which is groove3.com, just note that there's no E. We made the E a 3, so it's GROOV3. We have a whole page that says Get Certified, and it outlines upcoming certifications and all of the things that we're looking for and the process of it. So we take you through a 1-day training, you learn all the ins and outs of the format, and then basically from there, you submit to us a proficiency video, and we're like, great, we love it, we love you, you're certified to go teach it wherever you want. What's up, Tiff? Yeah.
Oh, hey. Hi, y'all. Oh, hey, Vincent. Oh, Vincent. I love Vincent. Vincent is such a talented singer. I talked to him the other day about his EP, The Feeling. He's so good. So good.
Love it.
So now with this whole Corona thing, you guys have moved to doing live streams of the classes on wolandance.com, right?
Yeah, exactly. So what's really kind of awesome and crazy was that we've been working with a platform partner called Wollen Dance, WOLLENDANCE, Wollen Dance, who brought us on as a studio partner to live stream classes. And so we've been live streaming for almost a year, but because our live classes and our trainings have been our main focus, we've just been putting a couple of them up. But the studio's outfitted for it, and now is like the time to shine. So we've been lining up more and more teachers throughout the week. We're trying to get like a really solid schedule to hit, you know, everywhere from West Coast to East Coast to Europe, so that people can basically take classes live, and then they all get archived and become on demand. So if you go over there, you sign up, there's a free trial, of course, and then you can sign up for a subscription, which is cheaper than taking one class. You get access to the entire library, and you can basically do classes whenever you want. So that's really awesome. And then, of course, we've been taking advantage of these IG lives and doing some fun dance parties, and all my instructors are finding new ways to keep connected with their communities.
And there's some instructors in here. I saw, you mentioned earlier, Ben was in here. I know he does a class. Wiley does a class.
Yes, Wiley
does a class. He does a class in NoHo, and he's invited me to it. And I said, I'm coming. And then I can't remember. I think I was going to drop in on class, and then something happened. I can't remember what. But Wiley, if you're still in here, I promise I'm coming to class. I've been promising Ben for like 5 years.
I heard it. And Ben, who you mentioned, he is like one of our first instructors, one of the first round of people that we ever certified. So he's an all-star, and he is sassy by nature, and we love him so much. We got Susan Lai just joined. She's an instructor. She teaches out and the East
Hi.
Side. Aja's here.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so awesome. It's so cool to see everybody who started their own communities and who do it for the love of it. I mean, that's at the end of the day,
Yeah.
that's the only reason you start teaching and doing all this is to have fun.
Yeah. All right. So I think it might be time to do a little demo,
You want me to
which
demo?
means, well, you know, I want to show the people what they can expect from Group 3. So
Okay.
are we ready to do that?
I get if you want to get up and try. You want to try this? I mean,
Yes. Okay. So
all right.
bear with us because see, this isn't the type of show where I can say, we're going to cut to commercial and coming back, Ben Allen is
Right.
going to have a demonstration on Groove 3. This is that moment where I just have to keep talking, but I
Yes.
also have to like resituate the camera
Yes.
and all
Okay.
that kind of stuff.
All right. This
And
is
get into a
situation
certain
time.
time.
Resituate time.
Yes, all
Okay.
that kind of stuff, which I think I got it. Oh, bam, look at that. Okay, I think
Okay.
I did it.
I'm gonna try to get this
Okay,
situated.
oh, wait, let me give myself more
Make
space.
sure you can see feet and
Yeah.
everything. So yeah, I think some of the people on here they know the groove of all of this.
Uh-huh.
But I will explain really quickly to anybody who's watching. The whole thing about groove is that we break it down slow and then we speed it up. So very,
Okay.
very simple. We keep the music rocking the whole time. The idea is to move your body, keep it flowing. But we go halftime, and then when I feel like you guys got it, we'll speed it up. So I'll teach a couple of counts. We'll do it slow, we'll do it fast, and then we'll add on. You want to give it a try?
Okay, let's do it.
All right, let me get some music.
Okay.
Let's see what happens. And tell me if this sounds okay. That would be important.
And listen, if you guys are in here and you feel like moving too, please feel free to. But don't forget to go to Wollen, WOLLEN, so that you can get your entire life.
Oh, Cornelius is in here. Cornelius, you better get up and move with us. Come on. All right, can you hear that?
I can hear it.
All right.
Yeah.
Baby. All right. Nice and easy. All right, we're going to take it slowly. We're going to cross that right foot. We're going to cross it out. Cross, out, cross, out. Just give me that.
Okay.
Cross, out, cross, out. So you're crossing that foot front and over.
Yeah.
Front. Now reach the arms. Forward, out, forward. Give me two more of those. Forward.
Okay.
Come on, Tony.
I think I got it.
Hold it right here. Hold it right here. Stop your hand.
Okay.
All right, so we got
Hey.
You're crossing right foot. 5, 6. Cross it out. Cross. Step. Hold it. That's it. And
Wait, hold. Okay.
6, 5, 6. Go. Cross out.
Oh shit.
Hold.
Okay, wait. I'm messing up. Do it again.
All right, here we go. 5, 6, right foot, cross. Right and left. Step out,
Okay.
step out. 5, 6, 5, 6, cross out right. There it is. One more. 6, 5, 6, go. Hold it here. Half time.
Okay.
Lean, roll, tap. Come on. Hit, roll, tap. Hit. Give me two more. Hit. Last time. Hold it.
Can I tell you, I am sweating already?
All right, you ready to give that a try, tempo?
Yeah, I'm already sweating.
6, just that, 4.
Okay.
Hold it. Couple more.
Hey.
Okay, one more.
Oh,
Go.
snap.
All right, we're going back to the top. Slow.
Okay.
Cross that right foot. Cross. Cross. Grab that elbow. Roll and pop. Woo.
Okay.
All right, try that one more.
All right.
Cross it out. Step. Step. Open. Lean. Lean. Roll. What do you think, Tony? You got it?
Listen, I'm taking this to the club when it opens back up.
All right. This is your club move right here. All right, from the top.
Okay.
So cross it back right. 5, 6, up.
Hey!
Yes. 5, 6, go.
Oh!
Hey, give me 2 more. 5, 6.
Okay.
You got pop
Ah!
it. You got pop it. 5, 6. Woo!
Give
All right,
me.
last time right here. 5,
Okay.
6. Hey!
Oh!
Oh my God, that's
I'm getting
a
it.
little demo right there.
I love it. Listen, let me tell you, that was like just a couple of 8 counts, but I was already sweating.
That was Tony. That was only 1 8 count.
Listen, I felt like that was a couple.
So you can see, that's where the sweat comes in, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And it didn't take long. Like my body has warmed up. It is of a certain temperature.
Yeah, it's the repetition, and so when you start to get into that repetition more and more, I mean that's where the cardio or the fitness comes in. But as you see, like, we just keep building, and in a real class, like you learn a whole combo. So the hour goes by so fast. You're super sweaty, and everybody's having a good time.
I love that. When is the next stream? The next live?
So I've got a bunch of wonderful teachers lined up. So the next live on Wool and Dance is with a teacher named Brandy Taylor. She's tomorrow night, 6 p.m. PST. Something that I want to just note for anybody that's watching, we do something called G3V, which is Groove 3 Video. We do it once a month. It's the idea that we grow up watching iconic music videos. So once a month, we pick a song or we pick a genre and we choreograph to that specific song. So all that choreography that you learn in class, it goes to the music video. So we rolled out Dua Lipa's Physical this morning. So Groove 3 teachers across the country are going to be teaching that all week. And then this Sunday, if you guys go to the Groove 3 page, the details are coming. We're going to do a live Zoom with as many people as possible. And we're encouraging everybody to dress up in their full like neon 80s. Speaking of, remember when you showed up in your 80s gear to our charity event? And you won?
Oh, okay. So, story time. So, Group 3 had a lip sync battle.
Yes, we did.
And when I saw it, I was like, oh, I'm definitely doing it. And at the time, my friends and I could not stop singing Go For It from Saved by the Bell.
Put your mind to it, go for it.
Yes. And we were like, all right, we're going to do it. I literally we went to Walmart, got steps, got like workout stuff, and redid the entire dance from top to bottom. Let me tell you, I lived my life that night.
And you won. You guys won the whole lip sync battle.
We did. You couldn't tell me I wasn't Jesse Spano that night because that was the role I had to play.
So for all those reasons, like you just said, that's why we do the G3Vs, right? Because if you connect right now to Dua Lipa's Physical, which that song just makes me want to dance my ass off, doing choreography to that music video makes you feel like you are that artist, right? Makes you feel like you're in the music video. So anyway, make sure you guys are following Groove 3, which is Groove 3 Dance on Instagram. so that you
Yes.
can stay in the loop with what we're doing. We're going to keep trying to find fun and creative ways to connect the community and to keep doing fun stuff to keep everyone entertained at home.
Yes. Oh, well, Ben, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for getting me sweating just a little bit. Look at
Just a
that.
little
I'm
bit.
perspirating. And it's not because of my Dairy Curl juices. It's because you had me glistening.
Yes, I love it. And now you have no excuse. You're going to take Wiley's class, and hopefully I will
Yes.
see you more online.
Yes, for sure. Thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate you. And stay
Always.
safe and wash your hands.
You too. You too. You too.
All right.
All right.
All right. Bye,
Thanks, Tony.
Ben.
Have a good day.
You
Bye.
too. Bye. Yay! All right, everybody, that was Ben Allen of Groove 3. You guys, make sure you go and support him. This is literally a global movement that he's been doing. And if you love to dance and want to be a part of this community, go to Groove 3. I tagged him and all the stuff down here. And make sure you tune in to the live tomorrow at Wollen Dance. That's WOLLEN Dance, DANCE.com. Make sure you check them out. Make sure you support them. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate each and every one of you. And coming up at 4 p.m., we have my friend, fashion designer Sergio Hudson, talking all things fashion. All right. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Have a good day and see you soon. Bye.